Picture this. You're at the grocery store, staring blankly at a wall of cereal boxes. Each box screams for your attention. There are colorful mascots, promises of health benefits, and endless flavor variations. You thought you wanted cereal. Now you're paralyzed by indecision. Sound familiar? We've all been there. Modern life bombards us with choices, from the mundane, what to eat for breakfast, to the monumental, what career path to pursue. We celebrate freedom of choice as a cornerstone of our society. But what happens when this freedom becomes a burden? What if, instead of liberating us, an abundance of choices leaves us feeling overwhelmed and dissatisfied? The truth is, our brains weren't designed to process endless options. We crave simplicity and clarity. When faced with too many choices, we experience decision fatigue. This mental exhaustion can lead to poor choices, procrastination, and even a decrease in overall happiness. So, the next time you feel the weight of too many options, remember this: sometimes less is truly more. Decision fatigue is a real phenomenon. It's not just laziness or indecisiveness. It's the psychological toll that comes from making too many choices in a row. Our brains have limited cognitive resources. Every decision we make, no matter how small, depletes these resources. Think about it. You start your day choosing an outfit, then deciding what to eat for breakfast. You spend your commute navigating traffic and choosing the best route. At work, you're bombarded with emails, deadlines, and decisions about projects. By the end of the day, your brain is fried. This mental exhaustion makes it harder to make good decisions. We become more impulsive, opting for the easiest choice rather than the best one. We're also more likely to give up on making decisions altogether, leading to procrastination and missed opportunities. Decision fatigue can impact our relationships, our work, and even our physical health. The idea that more choices lead to greater happiness seems intuitive. After all, more options mean more freedom and opportunity, right? Not necessarily. This is where the paradox of choice comes in. While some choice is undoubtedly good, an abundance of choice can actually lead to decreased satisfaction. When we have too many options, we set our expectations unrealistically high. We start to believe that the perfect choice exists, and we become determined to find it. This leads to endless comparisons, analysis paralysis, and ultimately, disappointment. Even when we make a good choice, we're left wondering if we could have done better. Furthermore, an abundance of choice can make us feel overwhelmed and anxious. We worry about making the wrong decision and regretting it later. This fear of making a mistake can paralyze us, leading to inaction and missed opportunities. Instead of feeling empowered by our choices, we end up feeling trapped by them. So what's the solution? Embrace constraints. That's right, limitations can actually be liberating. When we limit our options, we reduce decision fatigue and free up mental energy for other things. We also lower our expectations, making it easier to feel satisfied with our choices. Think about it. When you go to a restaurant with a limited menu, you're more likely to find a dish you love than if you're faced with an overwhelming number of options. The same principle applies to other areas of life. By setting boundaries and narrowing down our choices, we can make better decisions and experience greater happiness. The workplace is a prime example of where too many choices can hinder productivity and well-being. From endless email chains to complex project management systems, employees are often bombarded with decisions, both big and small. This can lead to decision fatigue, decreased morale, and ultimately, lower productivity. Companies can benefit greatly from streamlining decision-making processes. This can involve implementing clear guidelines and protocols, empowering employees to make decisions within their area of expertise, and utilizing technology to automate routine tasks. By reducing the number of decisions employees have to make, companies can free up their mental energy for creative problem-solving and innovation. In addition to improving efficiency, streamlining decisions can also boost employee morale and job satisfaction. When employees feel empowered to make decisions and trust that their opinions are valued, they are more likely to be engaged and productive. Creating a work environment that supports clear decision-making processes benefits both the individual and the organization as a whole. Defaults are powerful tools for shaping behavior. A default option is the pre-selected choice that people are automatically given. For example, when you sign up for a new online service, there's often a pre-selected option for receiving marketing emails. Most people stick with the default, even if it's not the best choice for them. This tendency to go with the default can be harnessed for good. By carefully designing default options, we can nudge people towards making choices that are in their best interest. For example, automatically enrolling employees in a retirement savings plan with the option to opt out has been shown to significantly increase participation rates. Defaults work because they simplify decision-making. They eliminate the need to actively choose, reducing decision fatigue and making it easier for people to take action. By leveraging the power of defaults, we can create environments that encourage positive choices and improve overall well-being. In a world obsessed with more, it's easy to forget the beauty of simplicity. We accumulate possessions, commitments, and choices, believing that they will bring us happiness. But often, the opposite is true. Clutter, both physical and mental, can weigh us down and prevent us from truly enjoying life. Embracing simplicity is about letting go of the need for more and appreciating what we already have. It's about creating space in our lives for what truly matters: our relationships, our passions, and our well-being. By simplifying our surroundings, our schedules, and our choices, we can reduce stress, increase focus, and cultivate a deeper sense of contentment. This doesn't mean we have to live minimalist lifestyles. It's about finding a balance that works for us. It's about being intentional with our time, energy, and resources, and focusing on what brings us joy. Remember, happiness is not about having more. It's about wanting less. When we have a clear understanding of our values, decision-making becomes easier. Our values act as a compass, guiding us towards choices that align with what's important to us. When we make choices that are consistent with our values, we are more likely to feel fulfilled and satisfied. Take some time to reflect on your own values. What matters most to you? Is it family, creativity, adventure, or something else entirely? Once you have a good understanding of your values, you can start making choices that support them. This might mean saying no to certain opportunities or commitments that don't align with your priorities. Remember, your values are your own. Don't be afraid to make choices that honor them, even if they go against the grain. When you live in alignment with your values, you create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. Delegating decisions is another effective way to reduce decision fatigue and free up mental energy. When we trust others to make decisions on our behalf, we can focus on what we do best. This requires letting go of some control, but it can ultimately lead to better outcomes. Think about the areas in your life where you could delegate decisions. Could you hire a virtual assistant to manage your emails or schedule appointments? Could you ask a trusted friend or family member for advice on a particular decision? Could you empower your team at work to make more decisions independently? Delegating decisions isn't about abdicating responsibility. It's about leveraging the strengths of others. When we trust others to make decisions, we create a more collaborative and efficient environment both at home and at work. There's a certain freedom that comes from surrendering to the guidance of others. It's the relief of not having to make yet another decision. It's the joy of knowing that someone else has it handled. Think about the simple pleasure of having someone choose the restaurant for dinner or the movie to watch. It's liberating. Of course, this doesn't mean we should become passive followers in all aspects of life. It's about finding a balance between autonomy and surrender. It's about recognizing that there are times when it's okay to let go of the reins and trust the judgment of others. So the next time you're feeling overwhelmed by choices, don't be afraid to say, "Just tell me what to do." You might be surprised at how liberating it can be. Embrace the freedom of fewer choices and discover the joy of a simpler, more fulfilling life.